Welcome to Ageless Living here at Voice America World Talk Radio. This is Dr. Tong Li, your host. And today, my co-host Kurt Wilhelm is actually going to be absent. And he took a job new, and he's possibly not going to be joining us for a while. And I will certainly miss him. And this, very grateful for wonderful help he's had given to me, and very good wishes to him. So, thanks for tuning in, and I also want to thank our sponsor, Arizona Laser and Skin, and without you listeners and without our sponsors, we couldn't be here. I wanted to go over a little bit about what we do at Arizona Laser and Skin. I thought that today would be a good opportunity to do so. I also wanted to pick up the topic we left from last time about nutritional myth. They say the biggest of lies. Well, there's always a little truth to everything. There's controversies over everything, but we'll talk about more of that. And also, a few more of those tips. So at Arizona Laser and Skin, we are very different from, I think, other places similar, like med spas, because we focus a lot on health. I think that's the first thing you have to have in order to look good. We all want to look and feel good. A lot of times we live longer and feel healthier thanks to modern technology and health science. And we want to look as good as we feel. Well, a lot of it comes from inside. And how does it come from inside? I feel that I'm blessed to know a little different perspective because my background in both Chinese medicine and Western medicine. I wanted to start with how I started getting into this field. I started going to medical school, at a relatively young age, at 16, and I'm a pretty old doctor now. I've practiced medicine 30-some years. I don't even want to count back. I think it's actually through the years of observation and thinking, I'm starting to realize and think a little differently than when I was younger. During medical school in China, I actually learned both Western medicine and Chinese traditional medicine. I didn't really, the focus is on Western medicine. Didn't really think much about Chinese medicine, and just something that I was taught. I got the knowledge, but didn't really practice it as much. I did my internship and all that. But the focus was on Western medicine. But over the time, some of those folk medicine, or what do you call it, grandparents, grandma's recipes, and just the wisdom that's passed down from generations, that you can almost call it cultural. At the times that pills and medications don't work, such as when you get catching a cold, these things come in handy. You try it, they work. They work. You wondered why it works, why they work, why those things work. And we don't always have all the answers. You know what? We are, as human beings, we have a short history. We've done amazing job in science advances. We've learned a lot more, but not enough. There are new studies coming out, new knowledge comes out every so often. Conflicting informations are there, and that's partially why there are so many myths. And that's why people get confused. Of course, there's also the commercial market. Businesses want you to believe in certain things. Cereals are better than some other food, but it's not necessarily most natural and healthy food. But we were led to believe so. And up until not too long ago, I still thought vegetable oil is good for you. If vegetable is good for you and vegetable oil, and if the animal fat is bad for you, the vegetable oil must be good for you. Well, apparently it may not be true. I wouldn't say 100% because who knows? In 10 years, maybe we'll find something else new. But as of recently, we know that processed vegetable oil, especially things like trans fat, which is margarines, which is fake butter made from vegetable oil, is not really good for you. So with all that knowledge, that brings on a whole perspective of nutrition that is not, I don't think that's familiar for most Westerners. That is the property or the wisdom or the personality or the spirit, whatever you want to call it, of food. We're so used to looking at what's in the food, what minerals, what vitamins, is it carbohydrate, is it protein, is it fat, whatever material that's in the food that's good for you or bad for you. So we focus on that. That's why we're saying, oh, this is good food, this is bad food, this is absolutely bad, this is absolutely good. Is that really true? Can we just pick one food and live on that? That's absolutely good food. Live on that. Well, let me give you one example on human beings to see if I can make the point on the spirit or personality of food. You and I, we're two different human beings. You know that we love different people, we love different music, we have different political opinions, religious beliefs, creativities, artistic abilities. We are different. We know that we say everybody's different. But you know what? If we burn you and I down to ashes, you and I have probably exactly the same chemical composites, which is carbon. The hydrogen will be evaporated, oxygen will be evaporated, some calcium, some phosphorus. Those are the main ingredients. There may be some other trace minerals, but that's it. So can we base on this solid science? Well, you burn it down, you analyze what it is, that's science. Can you base on the science and then say you and I are the same? Well, you are made from protein and fat and sugar and water and trace minerals, and that's it. That's all you are. We know that's not true because we've seen human beings different, but we don't see that in plants. We don't see that in our food because we don't live a plant life. We don't know how it is like. But actually, food has properties too. One example I want to use to explain that is, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but in folk Chinese medicine or traditional Chinese medicine, we know that if somebody has a chronic diarrhea that doesn't go away, and you boil rice with carrots and dates in it, actually I know the apple too, apples, if you boil it too, it will stop the diarrhea. So which ingredient you can give credit to for that ability? Is it the carbohydrate or is it the vitamins? Using that nutritional system, you cannot explain this type of healing property of food or foods. Now, in Chinese medicine, rice is considered very nutritious or nourishing to the stomach and intestines. especially when it's boiled in the porridge form, not solid form, a little more liquid. And the carrots and the dates, they have a, what's the word used? Contractual, or basically concentrating, gathering energy type of ability instead of letting loose. This is how it stops diarrhea. Now I have known, actually, my best friend from medical school. Her daughter, she's a pediatrician herself. Her daughter had infantile diarrhea for 3 months. As a pediatrician, she tried everything. Antibiotics, the best kind, IV fluids, everything. Nothing worked. She worked in China at the time, and the Chinese hospitals have a Chinese medicine department actually in the hospital. So she consulted a traditional Chinese medicine doctor, and they said, use the carrots and dates and the rice porridge. Give the baby the liquid of it. Well, not the solid, just the liquid of it. How do you explain with vitamins or carbohydrate, with that nutritional science, that why this liquid relieve the diarrhea? Well, I didn't tell you the whole story. Anyways, the first day she fed the baby the rice water with the carrot and dates, the diarrhea stopped. No bowel movement the second day. No bowel movement the third day. She was getting very, very nervous. She was like, oh my God, is it going to be rocks coming out? Or is it going to be rocks not coming out? So on the 4th or 5th day, this is the very words she used, beautiful poop came out. So that was impressive story. And things like that, over the years of experience that I've seen, that I've heard, I've experienced, some of them through my own experiences, made me feel that I'm blessed, that I know both worlds. And I'd like to share that with our listeners, and maybe have more people benefiting from it. And there are many, many, many hundreds of passed on folk recipes. They're with foods. They are with foods. Not necessarily herbs like medications, foods. I don't think this concept is well established here. But we kind of know that. Like, I know that on the internet, we talk about apple. If you eat it raw, it's very different than actually eat it cooked. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about what do we do at Arizona Laser and Skin and why we do it. This is Dr. Tong Li with Ageless Living. Don't go far away. We'll be back.